Good morning, everyone out there in YouTube world. It's a beautiful Easter Sunday. Hopefully, everybody is safe and healthy this beautiful morning. It's kind of chilly out here. I actually had to. I'm using a kerosene heater this morning instead of my propane heater because it's loud. So, here's what we got with the motor yesterday. I don't know if you watched this. I don't know what I did of it last night, but. These I painted with, wow, they come out good. I painted them with rubberized undercoating and then went over them with that engine paint. We'll see how they hold up being undercoating. I don't think it'll bother too much. I do have to check this plug to make sure the oil pressure sensor plug is the same. And I put this in yesterday. I bypassed this other piece. What I did was, I don't like the fitting that Chevy used on this. It ends up leaking all the time, plus it's such a pain. This little fitting right here, it leaks and you can't never get it disconnected. So I had to cut it when I pulled the motor, but this replaces it. It is, let's see here, I don't know which one it was here, because I took both of them out to check which size I needed. It's, let's see here, which is the, it's one of these two part numbers here. That probably doesn't help any. It's not the bigger one. The bigger one was too big, I think. So whichever one of these part numbers is the smaller one. But today, I believe since I just got that throttle body on there temporarily to close the hole up. And I'm going to put number one up and drop the distributor in so that it's... Actually, I'm not going to do that because... The transmission's not going to be in this right away, so I don't want the distributor hitting the firewall. So I'm going to just shove a rag in there. But I'm probably going to drop this in today, and we probably are going to pull. I still got brackets and stuff. I am going to paint all that stuff still. Throttle linkage brackets and all that stuff, all them, the coil brackets and all that stuff. I'm going to paint all that still. But I want to get the motor dropped in so that I can get my garage cleaned up. The engine lift has to go back into storage out there. My engine stand can come out. I got to get rid of a lot of this little stuff that's not used around here. So that's it for now. That's just the start of the video. Wanted to show what this motor turned out to be. Ended up coming out pretty nice. I really like this Rust-Oleum black engine paint here. I could have gone over one more coat on the intake, but it did come out real clean. Check out previous videos what that actually looked like. But that's the Rust-Oleum engine paint I used. And this is what I used for the red. This is a Duplicolor engine paint. Chevy Orange. So... I'll be right back when I got more to update. This is kind of... Don't really have a camera person right now, so I'm going to have to... When I get a camera person, we'll get this going. But this is what we got so far. She's going in. I got the Suburban out there pushing it. So I got this set up. I used this back hook with a good washer back here. And then nut and bolt up here. And then this is just on here temporary. I did look, and this plug is wrong. When you're changing, the basic motor is really all the same, but there is a lot of little stuff that's going to be different. This is a 2-prong, I think, and the other one's a 3. Or the plug is a 3. That comes, yeah, that red plug right there is a 2-prong. And this guy's a 3-prong. So, the other one's rusted, so... I was going to take this off first, but it'll be easy, and I don't know. I better take that off first, but that's what we're doing for now. I'm just jacking this up and setting it in. I think this is how I'm going to keep my garage set up over here. All these toolboxes and stuff right here. I still have to clean it out a little bit and organize it, but... and I'm going to leave that side for big jobs that have to stay in overnight. But we just jack this up right here until it gets clear enough. I have to straighten the wheels out just a little bit, but this is how we're putting this in. slowly and patiently. So just taking my time and checking everything. I got everything tied up here, the fuel lines. They're all tied up. All the wiring harness should be out of the way. So, all right, I'll turn you back on in a second. All right, guys, we got her setting in here. Off the engine lift, off the engine stand, ready to go. These are going to come out because half of them are missing down there. Half of them are missing down there. And I did notice when I was taking it apart that it does have some Bondo in it. And when I took the thing off, we got a little bit of damage there. Not sure what I'm really going to do about that right now. I made a crawl underneath, and it's a little worse than I thought, but it's not, well, we'll go along with the theory of the build. It's bad, but not bad. So I'm going to be able to fix it. The only thing I got to work on now is, first I got to finish, I mean, there's so few connections on here and stuff, but I got to paint all the brackets for all the stuff that goes up here and stuff, and I still didn't bolt these valve covers on. I got to put the gaskets on, but my Suburban ended up gonna need some gaskets, so I got to go out and buy some more valve cover gaskets. But she really is coming along pretty good. It is a little bit worse than I thought, but it's just going to take a little bit longer. I can't wait to see this with these fenders in here. It's got quite a bit of dust on it. We were blowing some garage dirt around, but then I'll get the front clip on. That's going to be a nice surprise. But one thing I got to figure out is these here, let me get the right light on there, is crooked. And I'm trying to figure out how to get, they spin in the back. See, you can tell somebody put the wrong bolt on there and just twisted the back end. So, not really sure the best way to do that. It may have to get welded in place. Not really sure exactly. If you guys have come across these in the past, what do you guys do with them? You can see that that one's moved. What's the best way to go ahead and go about this now? How can I? These were close. Let me see. Let me actually get on it. There we go. I had to cut this bracket off. See, because the bolts just spin in the back. So I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do about that right now. I could nut and bolt it, but man, to get in there, it's just going to be about impossible. You know, maybe I'll cut a little bit of this off. Wonder if that would work. Cut a little bit of that off. I'll have to go look on another blazer that I got and see if I could get just enough to like slip a wrench in there, you know. Let's see if I can get on that. If I can cut enough, like cut that straight down right there, just enough to get a wrench in there, maybe I can stick a, you know what guys, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that off and maybe cover it up with a little bit of flap or something. I'm going to go ahead and finish wiping this out. But I want this to be super clean. These I'm going to pull out pretty soon. I think I wanted to get the front end on first before I pulled those off. Not really sure what I want to do on the frame as far as the rest of it goes. Let me, you know what, let me stop this here. I'm going to crawl underneath and then I'm going to try to get you under there. Okay, so here we are underneath. I'm going to go ahead and spray these down with something. These are the fuel lines. And I could go ahead and scrape most of this off here. If you guys can, hopefully that don't make you dizzy. But, you know, this is I found this crack here. This is the passenger seat. And there's a crack there, so I'm definitely going to have to work on that. It's not necessarily too bad, you know, till you get out to the rocker panels. But like this is the frame. So, and that's where I painted from the top. So really what I need to do, I think I'm going to get Pour 15, which is paint over rust. It's a brand of paint. And what you do is you just scale all this off. And you just clean it all off with a wire brush. And then exactly what it says, POR, paint over rust. But you got to get all the scale off first, because it does no good to paint over this when the rust is underneath it. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, is painting the frame rail. But these are the floor pans, and so the cab mounts are good. I don't know how much of this you guys can really see. Cab mounts are good. This backing plate isn't too bad here till you get to the back, which is just flat steel. So we'll start like somewhere around here. Maybe cut that old one out, put it in. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get new floor pans. I was going to try to just patch it, judging from the top side. And I might be able to. But, yeah, this is worse than I thought. That's the carpet. So, but see, this is good. The quarter's good. This is good. That's the rocker panel right there. This is a view you don't see that much of underneath of a vehicle like this, but that mount's good. You know, the mount, the cab mount. So I think I can go through and clean a lot of this up. And then if I put a plate big enough, that's carpet. But I'm going to clean it up from the top side too and see where we get. I'm not sure. I don't think they really sell anything like this. This is bad. But again, not too bad, I don't think. Mainly because these are good here, the cab supports. But I've seen people fix stuff a lot worse than this. A lot worse. So I think this is at the point where, you know, the average do-it-yourself guy in the garage, such as myself, with not many skills and abilities like welding and stuff, that I think that any worse than this, and I think there'd be troubles, but I think we can repair her. See right there, that little bit of orange light right there? That's from the inside. I'll have to double check that out. It looks like somebody already went through and put a access panel to the fuel filter. I'm pretty sure that's what they did, because that's a nice clean cut there. But this frame, I mean, it looks bad now, but I bet you give me 10-15 minutes with a wire wheel and a screwdriver, just picking off the scale, and it'll look a lot better. But you know, that's the frame there. I'm not going to do any kind of serious off-road or anything with it, you know, because not to say it's like weak or anything, but, you know, don't push your luck. But this here's the driver's side. Again, the cab mount is fairly decent shape. I don't know how well any of this is going to turn out for you guys, but the driver's side's a bit worse than the passenger side. You know, there's the carpet. So, but that, you know, that support there looks good. I think just going through and scaling off the rust. I already got rust in my eyes. So, but I think a lot of this can be reconstructed pretty easily, and I'm going to go through step by step, so definitely tune in, subscribe. But this is just, you know, this here is just a backing plate right here to seal all this in. This could be just a new plate right there. So I could start from this support right here and just put a flat plate right here. And then maybe even some angle iron on this. Try to find like 1-inch angle iron or something. Maybe put it to the floor. It's kind of hard to see what I want to do. Put it to the floor to here. Angle iron down. And then weld all that in. And then take another piece of angle iron and go here along this. Along this right here. That would cover it up real nice. But All right, I'll stop it for there. You don't want to hear me huffing and puffing and cussing trying to get up from here.